So I'm here at the VA again because this is where I work. Change that. I worked past tense because right now it's 2 o'clock and I just got notified that my position is no longer valid. And so I am going to go turn in my laptop and go home. Again, my performance was not good enough, even though when I talked to my boss, they absolutely, everybody I work with, including my boss, absolutely loved the work I was doing. But it was nice being here, helping out veterans every day, day in and day out, and doing a good job for my fellow patriots. It sucks, you know. I'm not a Trump supporter, never have been, definitely never will be. But yeah, this is definitely taking a meat cleaver to the entire federal government. And I know my specific position. I was helping veterans and their families seek end-of-life services, mainly making burial arrangements on their behalf, and actually doing funeral services for them. So yeah, it was actually a rewarding job, and look forward to having a good career doing something impactful. And I guess that's just not going to happen. So I'm going to go turn in my laptop and call it a day. And so I just wanted to say again, thank you, Trump. Thank you, President Musk. Let's make America great again, and fire everybody who is a hardworking, you know, somebody who just wants to do a good job for your country, and be a good employee and help out. So yep, going home, and wish me luck in the job hunt.
I am a Marine Corps combat veteran. Right now, I speak for the majority of Americans. Donald Trump, you pardoned 1,500 insurrectionists. Some of them beat the living shit out of Capitol Police. You may have pardoned them, but the majority of Americans, and I guarantee you the majority of veterans, will never pardon those insurrectionists. And that's what matters. So, I have my special salute for you. Oh, I'll go ahead and give it to Elon Musk too. Yeah, this is the only salute you will ever see from me. Peace.
Hey everyone. Oh, my face is dry. Just sitting in my car, bittersweet moment. Just left the local VA clinic turning in my equipment from my remote job that was unfortunately terminated back on the 13th. I didn't think I would get upset because I know I did nothing wrong other than being on probation, but still hard not to take it personal when someone questions my work ethic and my integrity. And I hope that all of us affected can, you know, I'm not worried about getting reinstated because I know they're still downsizing and trying to make cuts, but, you know, making it right that we were not terminated for performance. Some of my colleagues were denied unemployment because it was performance related, and it's just not fair that those things were done to us. So just wanted to share more. You know, I'm not meaning to ask for pity or anything. Just, you know, if you're a praying person, please say a prayer for my fellow federal employees that are affected and all the ones that are still employed that are going through reduction in forces right now and being forced into other positions or taking away their jobs and abolishing their jobs where they don't have any other options but to find work elsewhere. So anyway, just having an emotional moment. So I hope you guys all have a good day.
Yesterday, the director of the VA came out and said that they had to, unfortunately, let go over 1,000 employees from the Veterans Administration, right? The VA. He said that it was really hard to make those cuts, but the money that they would save from those salaries that were no longer being paid would be reinvested back into the veterans, their family members, their benefits, the providers, all of that good stuff that's going to be able to better take care of the veterans. But how can you say that when you let go a large majority of veterans that was working for the VA. The VA's workforce is made up of about 28.7, probably a little bit less now, 28.7% of the VA's workforce is veterans. That's men and women who either served in the military, that served in the Army, the Navy, the Coast Guard, the Marines, right? The branches of the military, right? And they don't have a job now. They're waking up this morning and they don't have a job. So how is that helping veterans? Those veterans that was working for the VA, they have wives, they have kids, they have people that depend on them, right? They have mortgages, right? And they no longer have a job. All because some fat, high cholesterol fucker named Donald Trump said that, he wants to shrink the government. The reason why he wants to shrink the government is because he wants to surround himself with yes men and women, right? He wants loyalists. It's a play right out of Project 2025. It says that he wants to surround himself with loyalists, right? With yes men and women that's going to say yes to everything that he does. Why would you mess with the Veterans Administration when the Veteran Administration, although I'm thankful for the Veterans Administration, right? I have health care for the rest of my life free. But let's be honest, right? Veterans that's watching this, veteran family members that had to deal with the VA can tell you that the VA has its issues, right? They're slow. They have a lot of inefficiencies. But I cannot think, how is this going to help them be more efficient when you let go 1,000 employees? And this is not going to be the end of it. They're going to let go more employees in the next couple of days, weeks, and months, right? And a lot more of those employees are going to be veterans. Veterans every day in this country already have a lot of obstacles that we have to deal with, right? We have to deal with not being able to find jobs, not being able to provide for our families, homelessness, right? There's a lot of homeless vets in the streets in America's cities and states, right? California, even here in Louisiana, I met some homeless veterans, right? There's a guy who I see all the time. He lives in like this really small town that I go to fish, and every time I see him, I always buy him, a hot dog, some water, and some beer, right? That's what he wants. And who am I to judge, right? That's what I get him. Every time I see him, I hook my dog up with him a hot dog, with some beer, and something to drink, right? And then when it was cold, he asked me, "Hey man, can you help me get a hotel room?" And I helped him, right? I said, "How much you need, bro?" And he was just like, "Just give me $55. I gave him $55. Hopefully he got a hotel room with it. But, there's a lot of more people like him, veterans, that are suffering in this country. And, let's pivot. Let's just pivot to people that's not veterans, right? Let's pivot to the hardworking American citizens every day that go to work, that didn't vote for this bullshit. And hell, you know what? Although I strongly despise of MAGA, there's some MAGA people who voted for Trump who did not vote for this bullshit, because a lot of MAGA serve in the federal government and they don't have jobs either. I got friends that work for the CDC. They no longer have jobs. They didn't vote for Trump. But there's a lot of MAGA that voted for Trump that work for the CDC. There's a lot of MAGA that voted for Trump that got laid off from the Small Business Administration. And I guarantee you a lot of those people that got laid off yesterday from the VA was MAGA. So I guess you can say they fucked around and found out. But I don't want to be cynical. But I just don't understand how is laying off 1,000 people from the Veterans Administration, a lot of them who was veterans, how is that helping veterans? And I guarantee that damn money is not going to be put back into the care of veterans. That money is probably going to get lost in, the grand scheme of things. And that money is probably going to go into the director's pocket, or it's probably going to get back funneled to Elon Musk and Donald Trump. Some bullshit like that. So if you're a veteran and you're watching this video, let me know how y'all feel about the shit that's going on with the VA and a lot of the other, federal, employees that's being laid off for if we're being honest, for no goddamn reason whatsoever, right? They're just being laid off. From what I've heard, I got friends again that work in the federal government. They said that they all got the same blanket email saying that they was being, considered for termination or being, fired from their job. So y'all let me know in the comment section how y'all feel about the bullshit that's going on in the federal government and that what happened to the VA yesterday.